Good morning, sunshines. Callie Carroll here, mama of Whitten John Carroll. We're going to do a Whitten John update today because I got to get together with the specialist. So that's what today's all about. But of course, you can still say good morning, sunshine, whenever you watch this and share anything that you're grateful for in this moment because it's what we do over and over throughout the day, right? Okay, I was supposed to be down in Texas for the last 4 days, actually getting on a plane soon here to come home. We didn't go because my 4-year-old was sick, but we are down there to see our oncology specialist for Whitten John. P.S. Super happy that we didn't go because you might have seen we were in the hospital yesterday because Whitten started to get a fever, and any fever when you are neutropenic, when you have a chemo port in, you have to go into the hospital, right? So we went down there, we had him checked out. They do blood, like blood work, blood cultures, tests for every single virus that there is. You peekabooing. Needless to say, he is like a happy camper, you guys. So we got to come home and hopefully he doesn't get another fever today and we don't have to go back, but we'll deal with it. Okay. What did the specialist say? What is our roadmap is what you call it in the cancer world for the next however long. I finally feel like I have all of the answers that I was looking for, or as many of the answers as I'm able to get right now. First thing is that, oh, thank you. First thing is that we do our hopefully final chemotherapy on Monday and Tuesday, like this coming Monday and Tuesday, if he's healthy, if everything works out well. That's amazing, right? We hardcore hide out for a few weeks because he cannot get sick again, especially when he's neutropenic or will be hospitalized. We already know that. Then we do his scans where we will check his MRI, a PET, full body x-ray. And what the doctor needs to see at that appointment is that there's still no uptake. When you do a PET scan, there's something called uptake, abnormal uptake, which is showing that cancer is present, right? That the tumor is present. Right now, he doesn't have abnormal uptake, except for, I guess, like a spot in his lungs. I didn't really understand this, but probably because of an infection. Anyways, as long as the scans look the same or better with the uptake, and his bone is healing. So the cancer has eaten away the LCH, right, at his scalp. Right here, there's actually a little hole, and then in his hip. The other bones were so small, we don't really have like holes in his ribs or his arm or his femur or anything. So hopefully we see that hip healing and the skull healing a little bit. And if those things occur, then he is what is called NAD, no active disease. So when you have a disease that is incurable, like some things that you have, like a cancer, and then 5 years later without, you're in remission, and then you're cured after a certain time. There is no cure for this disease, but you are non-active disease or NAD. So he would be NAD, and we would be high five celebrating. But here's the process of what that looks like, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. We go in for scans on October 9th. Our doctor in Texas can't review them until the following Friday. If they can get to it, maybe not even till the following week, but hopefully on Friday the 13th, because that is our lucky day, you guys. They review, they tell us if everything looks as such, like what it needs to be. We'll kind of maybe have an idea from our Colorado doctor, but we'll need to get a confirmation from our Texas specialist. At that point, we get to make an appointment to go ring the bell. He's been practicing ringing the bell. He's actually like snuck it down and done it a couple times, which is super cute. And then we will schedule to get his port out. So as soon as that port comes out, we don't have to be like running back and forth to the hospital all the time, because then he's like, a fever's just a fever, like a normal kid, right? Then what happens? I was like, okay, so then what happens next? Like, what does all this all mean, right? And if it doesn't look like that, then I don't know. Let's not even talk about that. Okay, so after that, we do like appointments every 3 months, every 6 months, or in 6 months, he's going to go back and get another PET scan. And then in a year, he'll get, you went in there right before his birthday every year, he'll get a PET and an MRI. And then after that, for 5 years, they'll keep doing MRIs because he has that other disease. Remember, he had a tumor in his pituitary right behind his eye. And your pituitary is a really important pea-sized organ that controls so many different of your hormones and functions. Right now, the only hormone that has been attacked for him is his ADH. ADH is what makes you stop peeing. So he doesn't have that hormone, so he can't stop peeing. So if he's not medicated, it is a life-threatening emergency, because he will pee out everything, and without drinking in everything that he's peeing out, then he, can become dehydrated, and it's life-threatening. This would be a great example to like talk about from yesterday. I shared how he like yacked all the way home from the hospital, and in fact on our nurse a little bit. Sorry about that, Nurse Julie. We love you. But what happened, I believe it's not because he's sick. It's because when you have ADPD, arginine vasopressin deficiency, this is the ADH hormone, when you don't have that, when you go into like an extreme breakthrough, which was what happened for him, that can occur differently if you have any sort of illness, stress, different weather, different climates, and definitely sickness and fever. So I think because of his sickness, we're still learning about this. He had a little, even just like a low-grade fever. His what? You want to go back there? His medication wasn't working as well. And I haven't seen him go into a breakthrough like that before in a long time. So he was like feeling unbelievably dehydrated. I can't even tell how many ounces he drinks, you guys, because he'll drink out of 3 different cups at once, right? Like he's grabbing a chocolate latte, and then he's grabbing his ice cup, and then the nurse is filling that up, and then we grabbed water before he left. So I think he probably slammed. You want a chocolate latte? Okay. He probably slammed about 30 ounces of water. So he becomes like waterlogged. He drinks so quick because imagine you're like unbelievably thirsty, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so freaking thirsty. And then you just go to town on ice cold water and you just slam, like, I mean, I slammed a full like 2-liter bottle, right? Where you're just like, oh my gosh, what can happen is you can actually just lose it. So I think he was just barfing up all his water. What did you forget? You did? Yeah. Should we go get it? Can you say hi to my friends? Look how healthy and strong he is. Can you say I'm healthy? I am strong. Can you show me how big you are? I'm big. I'm big. You don't have to be up here. You don't have to be on the video. You want to get down? I want to chocolate. Okay, can you tell them bye? Bye. Bye, friends. Okay, I'll come get a chocolate with you. Let me tell them one more thing, okay? Will you go downstairs and open the fridge for me? Okay, open the fridge up for me, and I'll get it. Okay, I'll get the cup. That's a good idea. So all in all, you guys, we'll have scans every 5 years to check his pituitary to see if any of those other hormones are hit. I will. I'm going to think that's a good idea. Will you take this downstairs too? Grab this one. So the diabetes insipidus is also never curable. So that's just always there. There are miracles that have happened. So maybe that can happen for us. This is what happens when he starts to get thirsty. But he is medicated right now, so he shouldn't be that thirsty. I think it's just because I said the word. We avoid like saying words like water or chocolate because it freaks him out sometimes. Can you get my hair? Can I have the kisses? Okay, should I be all done? I was going to tell him one more thing. I was going to say, so if any other hormones are affected, we'll see an endocrinologist forever to make sure that nothing else is affected, because that could be his growth hormone, his testosterone, his cortisol, his other things I can't remember right now. Anywho, so that's what we're doing, you guys. I feel confident. I feel like we know what's next. We just have to see what God has in store for us, but we are very positive, and we are just living in our faith and in our trust that what's happening is supposed to, and we're hoping that we're supporting people in their perspective in life at the same time. Okay, can you tell them I gotta go? I gotta go. You guys, he gotta go. We gotta make sure we don't get sick. We gotta go so we can get healthy on Monday, huh? Okay, we love you guys. That is our Whitten John update. Thank you for being such an important part of our journey and supporting us. We've met so many people who have been rooting us on. You're gonna press it, and we really appreciate you guys. Love you. Good job. Push the button. Push it again. No, not that one. Push the big red one.